Everyone, thank you for returning to the channel. We have a video review actually today. It's not a paid review, not sponsored or anything, but because this particular exchange that we're going to be talking about has offered the channel a referral link for all of the listeners and viewers, we thought we'd do a little quick review on BITUNIX exchange. First, we'll go over the charts and everything, and I have my co-host Juan G along with me as well. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. Excited to kind of go over BitUnix. Looks an amazing little site there with a lot of promise.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring it to your attention because I know you're heavy into the trading, more so on gold and that kind of thing. But I thought this would be right up your alley, and so I showed it to you, and you were pretty impressed as well. So I thought it'd be worth showing our viewers and listeners, the benefits of BitUnix Exchange. So first, we will go into, as I mentioned, here we go. Go over the charts real quick. We have Bitcoin currently at 106,187. It's been quite the last couple of days. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, but we are in an upward trajectory, as you can see. We're just waiting for that explosive, $10,000 candle like we had a few weeks ago. It'd be nice to see, but so far so good, up and up. The altcoins are taking a little bit of a hit, and the reason for that is because Bitcoin dominance has decided to shoot back up. The big daddy Bitcoin decided it didn't want to lay down to anyone. It had a sharp dip from the trend line that it was moving along, but it has shot back up the last couple of days. And altcoins, as everyone can see, are taking hits. So a lot of people are saying, what's going on? Bitcoin's going up and my altcoins are in the red. Well, that's the way it works, because when you get in this phase of the bull market, people are taking their profits or what have you from their altcoins and funneling it into Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin price goes up and the altcoin prices go down. But I wouldn't worry too much because, like every other bull market, it's temporary. We will have our alt season. And when alt season comes, that's when you'll start seeing, the type of price action that we had a couple of days ago. And I can actually show that real quick here, just so everyone sees. Where do I have that chart? Oh, maybe I don't have it up. I was going to show the, here we go. I knew I had it. So this is currently the current altcoin season index. I'll just give it a refresh. So yeah, we're down at 65. And a few days ago, we were up in the, getting close to 90. The altcoins were ripping. Bitcoin was just kind of going sideways. But then there was a lot of institutional buys, the ETFs, BlackRock, and as well as MicroStrategy. They bought a whole bunch, and it sent the Bitcoin price up, and altcoins started to bleed a little bit. But not to worry. Like I said, we're going to be back into altcoin season in no time at all. So let's get right into BitUnix. Here is the BitUnix homepage. Normally, if you haven't signed up, I'm logged in right now, but if you haven't signed up, when you come to their homepage, you have a login where you create a username and a password, email. That's all you need, and no KYC is required, no VPN is required. You can trade on BitUnix from anywhere. Now, one of the other things I wanted to mention previous to this is, go back to the chart. Now, the stablecoin for XRP launched today, and this is the daily. I'm going to go to the hourly chart here. Give me for a sec. There we go. Go to the hourly, so you can kind of see this morning when the altcoin launched, we had a pretty nice candle actually. XRP went from where we had a low at 237 and it got up to 258. So a nice little 6% to 10% pump, and that's in anticipation of the stablecoin being launched today. It has retraced a little bit, but this is a perfect example of when you can take advantage of volatility in the market. So if you have news come out and you know that the price is going to go up, the perfect thing you can do. If you're into trading, mind you, it's not for everybody. There's a lot of risk when it comes to leverage trading. So make sure you have a plan. You have an exit and entry strategy. You do your TA, and make sure you trade within your risk profile, because it is not for everyone. If you're not sure what you're doing, I don't recommend doing it. Maybe do a little bit of practice trading on the copy trading sections, but make sure you, like I said, make sure you know exactly what you're doing before you start trading. Juan, do you have a little bit of insight on that as well?
Oh yeah. When it comes to trading, right? I always say be prepared. Cover your profits. I think we talked about it with Bitcoin where it regressed and some people got liquidated of some longs that they may have been holding. If you had been prepared, right, you would have been able to make sure that if you got liquidated, it wouldn't have been harsh. You probably would have ended in profit because you would have moved up your stop loss to protect yourself. At the same time, you would have bought Bitcoin at a nice discount of $91,000, and you would be up now at 106 because you would have re-entered. So you would have had like almost double your profits easily. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what we kind of mentioned when it comes to being prepared, right? And buying at discounts. However, right, when I'm looking at BitUnix, they kind of make that easy, right? I think they have a copy trading section in there and make things really easy for you guys as well. So you can kind of go in and see everybody who is available for copy trading, see who's giving out a great ROI. There is a profit sharing in it for those who are being copy traded from. And then you can kind of decide, based on win rates or maybe ROI or what are they trading. So again, right, it all depends on, this is like a different level of TNA, right? Because here you are just looking at people's stats and seeing how they trade. So for those who are, still a little squeamish, this is a great alternative for new traders.
Yeah, exactly. Now, a few details about it. When you are going to deposit any crypto, deposit funds, you deposit in USDT. So you can deposit on pretty much any chain on USDT. Here on the Buy Crypto section, you can see that you can use MoonPay, Coinify, Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, bank transfers. There's a lot of easy ways to get funds on. Or you can simply transfer USDT from your Solana wallet, your Ethereum wallet, whatever the case may be. So you are trading with USDT. And here is the copy trading, as Juan alluded to. And you can pretty much just go over the traders, see their stats, everything about them. And then if you see one you decide you want to try out, make sure you do your research and then give it a try. So yeah, like I said, all you need is an email, password, read the terms and conditions, and then boom, you have an account. So you got your different areas. Now, what's great about this BitUnix is that they have over $200 million in daily volume. They have over 1 million users. The funds are backed 1-to-1, which is really, really nice to see. So a little bit of security anyway when it comes to trading on different dexes and sexes in this case. What else they have? Right now, currently, if you deposit, they have up to 5,000 in deposit bonuses, depending, of course, on how much you deposit. And then for new people that create an account, they have up to 5,500 in task bonuses. So if I go over here to the welcome bonus page, you can see if you complete your registration, then you get to open a mystery box, and then you can win, a certain amount of USDT. If you deposit over $100 worth of USDT, you get to open another box. If you do complete KYC, which, like I said, you don't have to, but if you do, you open another box, and then, of course, you complete your first trade. You get to open another one. So there's all kinds of prizes you can win, different amounts of USDT, as you can see down here. And a lot of it is also based on volume. So the more volume that you are trading, the more mystery boxes that you can open. Now, Juan, you wanted to mention the trading volume. A lot of people get worried, like, how am I going to be able to trade $100,000, $200,000, $1 million? Well, there is a secret to that.
Yeah, and it's all in the magic words of leverage, right? So one of the things here that you have tasks to complete is, again, right, $100,000 worth of trading volume. Like it's impossible. I don't have $100,000, right? Well, one of the things that leverage does is multiply that money that you have. So when you do a trade and it's a 1-to-100 leverage, for example, and you every dollar is worth 100. So when you're trading, $10, that's $1,000 right there. When you're trading $100, trading $100,000. Oh, $10,000. So it's one of those things where you can win big with leverage, but like we always discuss on our channel, it could definitely wreck you, right? So these are the things you got to pay attention to. But that's how you can make up that difference when it comes to leverage, when it comes to completing these tasks. Really easy. As you do trades every day, it accumulates really quickly. Personally, I like to dabble within that 5 to maybe 15x range when it comes to leverage. Unless I'm like you know, in a very happy go gambling mood, then maybe I'll call it, go a little higher, maybe to 20x. But for the most part, lower is better as far as being safe. But it's easy to complete those tasks. And another thing too, when you're coming onto a site like this, and you want to make sure that your funds are safe, right? And one of the things that I really like about it is that you can audit your own funds. What does that mean, right? Um, the blockchain records everything you do, and they have a way to audit your funds on the blockchain, so they can verify it. It's secure. It's one to one. So even if the market crashes, your funds are safe. Your funds have been verified, right? So you can still withdraw and get your funds out or put more funds in. And you can track that all in real time. So that's an amazing feature that they don't offer a lot. Tied down, you tie that with the ease of use. I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah, we'll go over that right now, actually. And you're absolutely right about the assets being backed 1-to-1. I had an experience not too long ago with Margex, where they stopped all trading on XRP and they closed everyone's trades because their third-party provider couldn't cover the profits. I couldn't cover the liquidity. So that's very good about the BITUNIX. And as you mentioned, the UI is very easy to use. It's very intuitive. But I also wanted to mention that, one of the big things that drew me to BITUNIX is their spot. They have hundreds and hundreds of spot like altcoins that you can buy on here. They're adding them constantly because, you get a lot of influencers and other people that want different tokens added, and they add them, which is amazing to see. There's a lot of dexes out there, a new coin comes up or something that's been kind of flying under the radar. Not a lot of exchanges will have it. Well, BITUNIX, there's a good chance they do. They have so many different tokens on here. It's unbelievable. So that's the spot, which you can also do. You can use this exchange as just your spot buy and hold your positions on there. Now, remember, it's never really a good idea to keep too much money on exchanges. You always want to take them off and put them into your cold wallet or your trusted wallet. But it's good to know that you can buy them here if you can't get them anywhere else. So that's on spot. Here's the futures. As I mentioned, the UI, very, very easy to use, very easy to read. Like most basic setup, like a lot, it looks a lot like Bybit. And so you can come over here to the right column, choose your leverage, choose whether you want to use isolated or cross. Now, I recommend using isolated only, because if you use cross leverage and you happen to get into the wrong side of a trade, it will take whatever you have in your account as your collateral, and you don't want that. On isolated, it only uses the collateral that you have in the trade. So I recommend using isolated only. And then your leverage you can choose here. My strategy is a swing strategy, so I don't usually go anywhere above 5. So I'll do between 3 to 5x, and that way, as I'll make sure I get into a position, done my TA, and as the profits go up, I'll take a little bit out on euphoric stages, and if the price dips, I'll DCA back in as the prices go down. So it's kind of my strategy, but you can take whatever strategy you want. Make sure you trade within your risk profile, like I mentioned. You can do a limit orders, which you set the buy orders that you wanted to activate, wanted to trigger. You can set market orders, which there is a little bit of higher fees on market orders, so keep that in mind. And that is set to activate as soon as you hit confirm on the trade. You can open your long, open your short. Here it shows, where is that? Up here, just above, it shows how much you have available. And then, of course, you can go to your assets page, and then it shows the total assets you have in your spot account and your futures account. One thing to keep in mind as well, when you do deposit funds, the USDT, it will go into your spot, and then if you want to use it as your lever or your margin for your your futures trading, you do have to transfer it, which is really, really easy. Just go into your, say I had anything in here in my spot account, simply go over to transfer here, and then you can transfer whatever amount you want into your futures account. Real easy, real simple. The UI is, like I said, real easy to use. A couple of my trades that I have open down here, 2 of them aren't doing so well. I opened up a super trade. It has gone a little bit below. It's only about $5 down though, 6%, not a big deal. Then I have an injective Sol, Caspa, and a SUI trade here. One of the things I really like about BITUNIX as well is that it's real easy to de-risk out of a trade. So for example, on my injective trade here, well, we'll use Sol for an example. So if you want to de-risk, what you can do is go into your margin, and you can actually decrease your margin. You can reduce your margin so that you pull out your initial out of your trade. Now, what that will do is it will increase your leverage, but the fact that, usually you only do it if you're pretty high in profit already. So it reduces your margin, reduces your risk, and you're basically running on house money. And then as the profits go up, you can simply go over and to here to close, and then you can choose a percentage of the trade that you want to close. Actually, if I want to go, that was the other thing too. If you do increase your leverage, so if I go here to my leverage and increase it, that will allow more money to be able to be withdrawn out of your margin. So it's a really awesome platform to use. It's easy to use, easy to read, and like we had already mentioned, it's backed 1-to-1 on the assets. The trading fees are some of the lowest that you'll find on any of these exchanges, and it's the one that I mainly use. We have the link down in the description of this video, the affiliate link. I would really, really appreciate it if you do decide to use BITUNIX or give it a try. Use my link. It provides, it supports the channel, helps the channel immensely, and it also provides you with lower trading fees, which they're already low as it is. So that's BITUNIX. Anything to add there, Juan?
Yeah, it's a real great way to kind of start your trading journey, right? One of the hardest things when starting anything, right, is how do I get started? And then just make it so simple, right? Again, Visa, debit, MoonPay, all things that are accessible everywhere. You don't have to worry about KYC. Trust me, I had a nice deal going on with a certain broker, and they decided that they couldn't support me anymore because I was from the US, and they forced closed my trades. So not a great experience there. But these guys are, you don't have to deal with KYC. Right, so they're making it very, very simple for you to get started. And again, you don't have to start with leverage. Start with spot, right there. Again, and even if spot scares you, you have copy traders available as well. So they have all these little options to help the people just invest in their own futures and kind of get the ball rolling, right? Very excited there. And again, right, one of the things I talked about, just verifying your funds. Those things are, insurmountable. And the last thing I'll also mention is what you just touched upon, taking profits. I love taking profit. And the fact that while you're in a winning trade, you can start doing that without messing around with your position is amazing, right? Because again, you took your profit out. Yes, your margin is a little higher, but you got money in your pocket. So even if it goes the other way, you already either broke even or ahead of the game. And that's what we want all our viewers to be, ahead of the game. So it's a great way to start. They make it super easy. It's probably, right now, I think it's one of the best platforms to jump on.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree, and that's why it is the main exchange that I use. The only other one that I use is Jupiter, but I'm big into the Sol ecosystem, so they just go hand in hand. You mentioned taking profits. Yeah, I'll just bring the screen up. This is a perfect example. It keeps running totals, and as you can see on my Sol trade, I've already taken 94 USDT profit, or sorry, USDT profit. On my Caspa trade there, I've already taken 126, and on my SUI trade, I've already taken 423 in profit. So that's that's the kind of game I like to do when I do leverage trading. It's very risky to do high leverage, very, very risky. So I like doing the swing trading, low leverage. Let the the token price ride up, and then you take profits on the way up, and you keep these trades going. It's almost like almost like a passive income, to be honest, especially this stage of the bull market when we know we're going to get those big price swings to the upside. Mind you, I don't short in a bull market. That's only for a bear market, but that's just my personal preference. But it's the easiest way I find to do leverage trading, the safest. If you're going to use leverage, you might as well do it as safe as possible so that you don't get wrecked. So that is BITUNIX in a nutshell. That's where we'll end the video here. Appreciate you, Juan, joining me. And like I said, anybody out there that wants to give BITUNIX a try, please use the link down in the description. Much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like the video, and leave a comment down below if anything you want to see in the future. Thanks, Juan, for joining me again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I love talking about it. BITUNIX, awesome site to start. Love it.
Yep, same here. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you on Thursday evening for the Weekly Roundtable, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Be safe, guys.